Hi everyone. So I just finished the blog about how I met Tui, and right on, might as well go on to the next subject. So everyone, as people are curious, they go, why are you interested in her? Why are things progressing so quickly? What separates her from the rest of the pack? And as wherever I go, people usually have the same questions. Like even her uncle from Vietnam was like very curious about our relationship. He's from Vietnam and he's very curious because usually young people. I'm 24. She's 21. Young people don't um, look towards marriage at such an early age, especially for male. From my perspective, most guys that I know aren't interested in getting married or having kids or anything like that at such a young age because let's face it, most guys my age are looking for something else. Yeah. So uh, I usually come up with three reasons. Main reasons why um, I love her. Why, the word love in Vietnamese sounds a lot less constricting. You, you know what I'm saying? I love you sounds a lot more serious than anh yêu em. Sounds easy. You know what I'm saying? So a little difference in there, a little difference in culture or just the way things sound. Um, so three reasons. So let's start out with the main reason. The main reason why she separates herself from every other girl in Vietnam or in the world. Let's let's go straight to the subject. You know what I'm saying? Let's go straight to it. So what separates her from all the other girls? Um, Friendship. Friendship. Yeah. Um, when I first met her, yeah, it was through a friend, and as we got to know each other more, there's certain things I just didn't like, plainly didn't like about her. She pissed me off. Let's just say straight up, she pissed the hell off of me, and she didn't give a shit about what I thought. What she said exactly was she said all Vietnamese men are the same. All Vietnamese men are the same. Um, in the beginning, they'll treat you well, but they're basically dirtbags. They have no qualifying positive attributes. And I go, wow, that's an extreme view. And at the same time, I was kind of offended because I consider myself Vietnamese and I consider myself a man. And I go, all Vietnamese men are like that? She goes, yep. And I go, what about me? And she goes, are you Vietnamese? Are you a man? And that really ticked me off because, I mean, as much as, she got to know me within the first couple weeks of meeting each other, it just gets really under my skin when people judge me based on outward appearances or what she thinks I am like. So that really rubbed me the wrong way. And even through that, she pissed me off. And at the same time, I pissed her off too. So um, even after that, I told her straight up, we went to go drink Nick Mia, and it was at night, and I straight up told her, I was like, you know what, um, I try to explain to her this and that, try to work it out, but I say, you know what, I don't think it's gonna progress anywhere. So I would just like to keep it as a friendship. Like, let's just be friends. And she's like, okay, cool. And I was like, at the same time, I want to be honest. I'm actually interested in someone else. I was interested in someone else at the time. So I was just like, hey, let's just keep it casual. Let's just keep it friendly. Let's just be friends. So she was okay with that. And I was like, okay, cool. Mm-hmm. Whatever. So That was whenever she pissed me off. And then there was a time when I pissed her off, really pissed her off. Like it was towards the end of the program, and what ended up happening was I was planning on opening up another class because everyone would be heading back to America, and she was asking about like, oh, if I opened a class, would she be able to attend? And I said something about her because I was really busy at the time, and I just kind of like told her off. I just said, hey, I don't have a lot of time to waste. Like, let's get to the point. Like, okay, blah, blah, like that. Are you talking to me as a friend or as a student? Because those are two different things to me. And, she definitely got pissed. Like, she was vivid. She was like, you know what? Whatever. And she hung up the phone. And, whatever I said, I was just trying to, a couple of days later, I tried to see what was up and see if she was still mad. And it ended up almost a couple weeks, almost a month, that she was pissed at me. And at the beginning, I was like, whatever, like no big deal. But then, like as she was more pissed at me, I was getting pissed at her for being pissed at me. So it's a vicious cycle. So what ended up happening was like I was just like, whatever. I mean, friendship or not, like no big deal to me. So it ended up we didn't talk to each other for a long time. I actually avoided her. I don't know if she avoided me, but it ended up we just didn't talk to each other. Like even though I saw her at school, I would just smile and just be friendly. But at the end of the day, I said, you know what? I don't think this friendship is going anywhere. So I thought that was honestly done and finished. Just even with the friendship. I thought it was done, and I went back to Saigon to visit my mom and family and stuff like that, since they were still in town. And so, even throughout that time, she kept in contact with me. She would IM me, she would text me. She said, "Oh, how's it going? What are you doing?" Blah blah like that. And I was just like, I was pissed at the time, so I was like, I'm busy. Like I'm doing something else. So I would just put her off the side and basically I thought that was the end of it. And so eventually, after my family left, like I came back to Hawaii, and she was one of the people I'd called up. And I texted a lot of people that I was coming back, and she was one of the few that texted me back or called me back and said like, "Oh, let's go hang out and this and that." And to me, the main reason that I value her as a person is because she values the friendship. You know what I'm saying? Like, even though I made it perfectly clear that, I just want to be friends throughout all that time, she still kept in contact with me. She still valued me as a person. And I say, to me, that's something that I cannot easily find down the street or honestly, with a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? Like friendship is by choice, and she chooses to make out time to, hang out with me and see how I'm doing and this and that, and it just shows that she cares, and it's just not just about the dating aspect of things. Um, in reverse, it's kind of an epiphany to me. Um, why girls do things in order to really test guys to see if they're really interested in her as a person.